So with this type of an emotional cutoff, a dynamic is created in their personal relationship that's more functional than intimate. They become two people that share chores and make decisions about the house and the kids together, but the feelings and the spiritual connection about what matters to you and how you feel and think about yourself and the world around you get lost. And sometimes the details of the incidents will be shared with co-workers and civilian employees that work with the first responder, who they perceive as being more capable of relating to their experience, which in turn can lead to affairs. And I was talking last night with someone, with Morgan, and he was saying, and it's easier, you know, because of the shift work and that sort of thing. And I was also saying that also the affairs happen because you've got that left-right plane, you know how to shut things down. And I really believe that people that can just go into their left brain, completely shut off from the right brain, they are easier, they find lying easier. So these are just theories, I'm just throwing it out. I'm a clinician, I'm not a researcher, do not quote me on this, but I just go, yeah, and it kind of makes sense. From the first responder's perspective, the job entails the skill of putting your feelings aside, as I said, in order to be effective on the job. As Neil has said, once you've learned to close that door and stop processing emotions, the more difficult it becomes to open that emotional door when you get home. Has anyone ever seen the movie The Hurt Locker? It won an Oscar years ago, right? It depicts really well how someone can get so acclimatized to crisis and emergency and thinking and taking action that they lose the ability to be vulnerable and let go and relax with their partner and with their kids. And it's that lack of ability to switch back that leads to the lack of intimacy, increased conflicts, and then addictions and affairs. So, Neil and I have developed a list of essential skills to be a successful first responder, and the essential skills for being a good partner. And as you can see, they're opposites. You know, if you're a first responder, you're working in a paramilitary organization, the chain of command goes top down. How well does that work when you go home? Plus, it's a single focus. You know what your task is on the job. You're either on the pump truck or you're, you know, like every first responder has their specific job and they wait for somebody to tell them if they're supposed to switch to another task. But when you go home, especially if you have kids, it's all multitasking. You don't have rigid roles and you're not just doing a single task. You're multitasking and you have to be flexible with your partner. You know, one kid's skinned a knee and you got to take them to the hospital, and then all of a sudden you're making dinner and the other person's doing something else. Like, things are moving and changing all the time, and you're working together and you're negotiating and you're flexing back and forth in your jobs. At work, you're turning your emotions off. At home, it's about the emotional connection. That's what the relationship is about.